Look alive, ladies and gentlemen. I am AK. J-Vi is out of town. Butch P and Tex are on their way. We had to start a little bit late. That's all right. It is episode 173. It is October 9th. And let us be the first to wish you and yours a happy National Pizza or National Beer and Pizza Day. How about that, folks? Not bad. I got to try to get my stuff situated here. My kids were down here in our basement where we work out, and they like to come over here and mess with the microphone and stuff, which is awesome. So no problem with that. They put the headphones on and they get it going. National Beer and Pizza Day. For those of you listening to the podcast, we do record in front of a live audience. So if we're yelling out chats, if we're yelling out stuff from the chat, no. Oh, BMO's here. Looks like episode 171 to me. I forgot to change that to 173. It still stands, though. That's okay. So, yes, we do film in front of a live audience. As you can see, BMO is here. This is the show where apparently we make everybody mad on the internet with our outrageous takes, which is hilarious. We have a little slide on that later, but it is funny because that actually is what this is all about, is to be pretty much so ridiculous that we're making fun of other not indie shows, but the real big shows, the first takes and the first things first, and they ask these stupid rhetorical questions of made up scenarios, and so all we try to do is just one up them by asking even more ridiculous. And in the meantime, we just talk trash about each other's teams because that's exactly what sports are all about. So if you're listening to this and that sounds appealing to you, you are in the exact right place. So we've got baseball and we've got hockey back. We got 3 or 4 playoff games tonight in baseball. Yankees and Royals are playing. Mets already beat the Phillies. We've got Dodgers Padres, which is absolutely electric. We got hockey's back. No wonder Tex didn't want to show his face, because my New York Rangers, if you've watched the show, listen to this show, are playing the Pittsburgh Penguins. In your face, BMO, noted Penguins fan. The Rangers are absolutely humiliating the Penguins on their home opener, and nothing would make me more happy than for them to beat them by like 8-0. And Texas Burner is here, of course. So he lives rent-free in my head. That's probably right. But on to National Beer and Pizza Day. Hope everybody celebrated. Penguins in absolute shambles, Texas Burner. Penguins are in shambles. At least that wasn't a dig at me. Usually it's a dig at me. So, well, we'll find out tomorrow night whenever I go live after the Seahawks 49ers game. We got people piling in here. This is great. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We got graphics galore. Don't you worry. So you're not going to have to look at my ugly face the entire time. National Beer and Pizza Day. The Hawaiian pineapple topped pizza. Now this hits home for a lot of people, if you're like me. And now we know who to blame for this abomination of Hawaiian pineapple topped pizza. Was invented in Canada. You Canadians up there messing around with pizza. Pineapple top pizza was invented in Canada by a Greece native. This is a really great Greek name too. Sam Panopoulos. Sam Panopoulos. Swami Sammy Samsonite. It's in the briefcase. So for those of you, and Steps is here. Fantastic. Joe Flacco or Anthony Richardson. Steps, please answer the question. You have 10 seconds. But this abomination, the Hawaiian pineapple tops pizza, which my in-laws love, no disrespect to them, that every time we order pizza, they get a pineapple and ham pizza. And to me, I am not a fan of this. I think if you're going to put fruit on something, it needs to be a pie. It needs to be a strudel. It needs to be a scone or a muffin, not a pizza. Also, I had a really bad experience whenever I was a kid, eating warm pineapple off of a ham, and that was disgusting, and I've been scarred ever since. Royals, bottom of the eighth here. Bottom of the eighth, folks. Royals tied 1-1 in the series. Yankees need this one big time. Big time. They stole home field. But yeah, not a fan of Hawaiian pizza. So get out of here with that if you're of that. That's one of the ones people go to on the internet, that debate, whenever they want to get some engagement about, does pineapple belong on pizza? And then everybody yells at each other in the comments. So anywho. All right. First up, before we get into anything, all right, we've got thank you, Steps. Fruit does not belong on pizza. Thank you, man. See, that's why we're connected wavelength wise. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Texas Burner says, whenever you talk hockey, why is Igor walking away from 88 million? Well, here's the skinny on Igor Shesterkin walking away from 88 million, 11 million a year, 8 years. He's too good of a leader. He knows, just like Tom Brady knew, that if he takes that much money, they will not be able to pay other players around him so that they can field a team that can win a Stanley Cup. So really put the C on Igor's chest as an absolute leader. So here's what I want to get to first, until the other guys get in here. I don't know if they're going to want to ring in on this, but if not, they'll step in whenever they do. Mahomes is currently leading the MVP race, and we're going to do a little review on the Monday night game because I have some notes and we have slides, of course. But Patrick Mahomes right now is leading the MVP race. For the life of me, I have no idea why. This little picture came up the other day. Now, Patrick Mahomes. Now, great quarterback. Multiple Super Bowls. You know, seems to be a stand-up guy, owner of the Royals, MLB rigged. We already know that. Yes, of course. Yes, there you go. He's at the Yankees game and paying the umpire. I'm telling you, he's the owner of the Royals. You think that the MLB and the NFL are not in cahoots and trying to get the Royals there so they can get more, and hopefully Taylor Swift will go to a Kansas City game with Mahomes and Kelsey and all that. You're out of your mind. Rigged, all of it. Shesterkin wants more, not less. Well, we don't know yet. Don't put words in his mouth, Texas Burner. But anyway, so Pat Mahomes is by far and away like plus 350 to win the MVP, and then I think it's Lamar and then Josh Allen. And here's the deal that they do with Patrick Mahomes and Lamar and all these other guys, and I guess Josh Allen now, since he's in third after he threw for like 70 yards. No slander, though. No slander. Is that they like to say, I know he's having a down year. He's not playing that great, but he's just far and away. He's the best. There's no question. And it's like, okay, well, let's look at his stats. How bad is he playing? Holy moly. He's 22nd in passing yards. He's 12th in touchdown passes. He's tied for 58th in interceptions. I'm not even sure how that works, but I know there's only 32 quarterbacks. So being 58th is not really that good. I'm not sure how that even makes sense. However, facts right there. I did not make these up. This is probably from ESPN. So I'm just saying. And his QBR is 16th. So conversely, I have to. Okay, dude. That's great. Did the 49ers, who had the best record in the league last year? If we're going to do quarterback wins, exactly, dude. He's 5-0. Nobody's taking that away from him. But you cannot then on the same show, Nick Wright, Colin Cowherd, all you jabronis, then flip around, tell us to ignore the stats for Patrick Mahomes because of quarterback wins. Right? Just ignore all that. Don't worry about it. And then tell me all the stats of right. Aaron Rodgers stinks. And literally list off all the stats. So we're completely fine listing the stats of why Aaron Rodgers sucks and everybody piling on him, which he's not playing great. I'm not defending him. But in this case, I'm like, we're going to use all the stats to pile on him, and then we're going to ignore the stats when we talk about Mahomes. And I think that's stupid. It's absolutely ridiculous. The truth of the matter is, if you want to give the MVP to anybody on the Chiefs, give it to the entire defense, all of them. Just put the Chiefs defense at the top of the NFL MVP race. And I would be totally fine with that, because nobody has scored more than 28 points or 23, 25 points, whatever it is, on the Chiefs, somewhere in the 20s, maybe low 20s, since the Super Bowl against the Eagles like 2 years ago. So we can heap all this praise. Now, he does make like one or two plays a game that you're like, okay, that's pretty good. Like against the Saints, he ran for that first down. And that's, hey, good for him, man. He does, when he needs to make a play, he makes them. You can't deny that. I will admit that. And I don't even not like the guy. I like him. But I'm not going to sit here and listen to everybody tell us, all these experts who have the big shows and the contracts, and they do their own and they have people that do their graphics and produce their shows, not like us, or we do all of our own stuff in-house, including writing the songs, shout out Dylon, and playing the songs and singing the songs. I don't see them doing that. That's neither here nor there. But I'm not going to sit up here and allow them to have this platform and nobody's going to come at them. No. This is not an anti-Mahomes thing. I did a whole thing on our YouTube channel and other channels about why he was voted number 4 on the NFL Top 100. And it was evident. It was evident why they voted him number 4. So I do not think that he should be the far and away MVP. I'm sorry. He's not. Sam Darnold has a better case than Pat Mahomes. And I know, Dylon, you're about to get all water boy special teams coach rubbing on your chesticles for me saying that, but I would put him above that, honestly. Or Nico Collins. Why not Nico? We're about to see how good the Texans are without Nico Collins. So I know, see, I'm fair, dude. I will not say the Vikings are good, but I'll say Sam Darnold under the tutelage of Kyle Shanahan and being a protege under Brock Purdy. I mean, you spot the lie, dude. Sam Darnold watched Brock Purdy's MVP season last year, and now he feels inspired. So you thought I was giving you full credit? No. But I would give him the nod right now over Patrick Mahomes. So everybody's going to listen to that and be like, ooh. Biba, it's going to be May. Hey, the May FC East. It goes through May, dude. Oh, anyways. All right, so that's my rant on I wish Tex was here, because the next thing I had in the doc was Pat Mahomes, or not Pat, but the New York Rangers are playing the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Tex is a Penguins fan. He's probably waiting until the game's over. And the Rangers, let me check the score real quick. The Rangers are absolutely dog-walking the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I think Chris Kreider's about to score, and he does. Oh, BMO, where you at, dude? What is it, like 8-0 now? Absolute shellacking. Oh, 5-0. Maybe. Oh, it was a shorthanded goal. Oh, I need to go change my Rangers hat right now. Oh, this is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Anyways, all right. Next slide. Next slide, ladies and gentlemen. We've discussed the Pat Mahomes stuff. Okay. Season doesn't start until May. That's a double entendre right there. I love it. Next. An emergency shambles meter usually reserved for Sunday nights, but see, I'm fair. I am 100% fair. I told these guys, I said, hey, everybody has the template for a shambles meter. And this shambles meter is graded on a picture your speedometer, if you're listening on the podcast, from left to right. At the very right, where your 160 miles per hour, 180, 200 would be, is a picture of RG3's face eating a croissant. And we say each week, we tabulate the results and we make a shambles meter and we power rank them 1 through 4. And so there's been some discrepancy over the past few weeks of the shambles meter that has been produced, because the Bills have been at the top And I tell these guys, the committee met, nobody said anything, nobody submitted their shambles meter. So what do you want me to do? It's like Family Feud, man. So number 1 on the shambles meter this week, this emergency, J-Bot wanted to submit it. The Niners North, Vancouver, BC. They caught a clip of us discussing, I think Josh Allen or somebody on one of our clips, and then Butch P and Tex and everybody kept telling me that Brock Purdy keeps throwing interceptions. And this guy is a Niners fan who I actually ended up talking to over DM because I sent a message because he said we were a bunch of clowns or something to those degrees, which he's not wrong. We are, and most of the stuff we say is absolute debauchery, so it doesn't matter. But he put this he was going after and defending Purdy, and it was a hilarious comment. Go look on our Twitter. So we ended up talking, and I told him, I was like, dude, you gotta realize there's 5 guys on this show, sometimes 6. BMO, shout out BMO. And all we literally do is come on here and try to trash each other's teams. And it doesn't matter if you win, if you're good, it doesn't matter. We're never going to give our buddies' teams credit. That's the beauty of sports. It doesn't matter. The Niners could be 17-0. The Vikings could be 16-0. And at the end of the season, we're still going to call them trash. That's how it goes. We're going to pick out everything that makes them suck. So whatever. But number 2 on this list is Brock Purdy's wedding photo, because all these jabronis who are not here. Miss CO Stats, he was not rude. I ended up talking to him. He was actually a nice guy. We just didn't do it over Twitter because that's nonsense. So we came to an understanding. He was laughing by the end of it. But Brock Purdy, they're saying that he got married and now everything's in shambles, and they finally had to step in and say something. Number 3 is the picture of Aaron. Number 3 is the picture of Aaron Rodgers crawling across the floor. One of my favorite football videos I've ever seen. I'm trying to think of what that's right up there with. I don't know, but that is a top 3 football picture video of him trying to crawl back looking like Mar from Home Alone. I mean, he is a defeated man crawling across the ground. So Aaron Rodgers shambles. Number 4 was another person on TikTok who caught our Legos. Yep. Dad playing with Legos, trying to get up off the floor. The number 4 on the shambles meter submitted by J-Vi is somebody on TikTok who said that it was quite possibly the dumbest question he's ever seen whenever we asked if the Giants were better without Malik Neighbors. I mean, it's a valid question. You can make a legitimate argument. They're 1-0. It was like whenever the Packers were 2-0 with Malik Willis. If you go 2-0 without one of your star players, or 1-0, we are absolutely 100% going to ask if there's a controversy somewhere in that locker room. It does not matter. And also that guy, we came to an understanding. So, everybody, you got to understand, when you're listening to our show, do not take it 100% serious. I promise. We are just making fun of things, especially the big shows. Tex is here. There he is. You got the cigar going? Nice. Can you give me a score check on the Rangers Penguins?
Last I checked, it was 4-0.
It's 5-0.
I had a parlay
Mm-hmm.
where it was plus 1.5 goals in the first period. Artemi Panarin
For both teams?
Anytime goal scorer. Sidney
Okay.
Crosby, anytime goal scorer. Still possible.
So you're saying you need Sidney Crosby big time right here?
I need Sidney Crosby big time. Is he going to bail me out?
Hey, that's your captain, dude.
That's like a plus 960 because I had a profit boost.
Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season. Do you think he? Oh, it's 6-0. This is an absolute Donnybrook, dude.
I'm not even watching. I'm watching the Jackson State game because I need them to cover.
Donnybrook. Yeah, 6-0. Trocheck back of the net, and that's pretty much game. Can I make an addendum to the shambles meter and put the Penguins at the top?
Nope.
I mean, this is an absolute massacre. I had to listen to you and the CEO of Stats in the group chat talking about Shesterkin. He didn't even need to be out there. They could play without him.
No, Penguins don't got any. They don't have defense. They don't have a goalie, so it doesn't matter who they play.
So, what do you think about the shambles meter J-Bye submitted?
I think the number 2 should be number 1, and number 3 should be number 2, and number 1 should be number 3. That's what I think.
Okay, so just a little reorganization. You missed it. It was National Beer and Pizza Day, and I talked about the Hawaiian pineapple top pizza, where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, breaking news.
I think that might be the worst. Like, this is just me, my opinion. Mm-hmm. There might not be a worse combination with beer than the Hawaiian.
Yeah, it's atrocious. There's no doubt about it. It's horrendous. The also breaking news: Bob Costas sucks. He's the worst baseball announcer I've ever heard.
We knew that already.
Yeah, he is awful. I was listening to him the Yankees game, the Yankees and Royals, and I'm like, what is going on here? This is terrible.
Just give me some. Bring back Harry Carey style announcing, where the guy was out there with the fans, sitting with everybody. He might have a beer or 5 or 6, but at least he made it interesting.
Yes.
True man of the people.
I agree. Okay. So let's get into the headlines. You came in. I've been talking for 20 minutes, just ranting about Patrick Mahomes being the MVP.
Yeah.
And how stupid that is.
Not.
Well, he's the odds-on favorite.
Is he?
Yes. Yes, he is. Huh. By a mile.
Huh.
Do you want to see his stats, or did I send it to you?
I think you sent it to me. Wasn't he one of the worst interception throwers this year?
He's tied for 58th. There's only 32 quarterbacks.
QB rating 55.8.
Yep.
Way down there in yards.
Yep. This is your MVP.
But they're winning.
Great. Then if you want to use the quarterback wins stat for him, then you have to use it for other quarterbacks, right? Then Sam Darnold should be number 2, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right? But it's not. It's Lamar Jackson, who's 3-2. And Josh Allen, who's 3-2. So this is a joke. BMO says his football teams the past 2 weeks are 1-8. Wow, dude. Yeah, you gotta get it together, man.
Mm-hmm.
You need to mount a comeback. All right, here we go. Headlines. Okay, number 5, Cirque de Saleh. He's gone. Robert Saleh fired, escorted out of the building by Woody Johnson's security. The rumor is that he demoted Nathaniel Hackett from his offensive coordinator position.
Mm-hmm.
And he was fired shortly after that. And then Rodgers said he didn't know. He had nothing to do with it. And I defended Rodgers, Tex, because they tried to bury him about his stats and how terrible he was playing, but yet they won't say anything about Mahomes' stats. But they clearly, Rodgers is probably the most impossible person to work with on planet Earth. I mean, he doesn't really speak to his family. He doesn't have kids or is not married. So he really, when people get mad at him, he does not know how to handle that. Or whenever somebody doesn't like him, he's very passive aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And, Coach, dang it, I forgot to change week 5 and week 6. I just saw it. Whoops. Anyways, and then I put out a tweet that made everybody really mad again. I said, Dan Campbell is just Robert Saleh with a better offensive coordinator. And I got a lot of explicatives no on that one. So, thoughts on Saleh?
I think he had a rough go of it the last 3 years. Given where the quarterbacks that he had. and the offenses that he had a real tough go of it.
I don't think the ownership ever gave him full control of anything.
No.
So I don't know. I never really liked Rodgers, but I don't know. I'm not a big I don't really care, honestly, about the Jets. Their defense was pretty good. So they promoted Ulbrich to be the coach, but obviously they're not going to promote Nathaniel Hackett. But the funny thing is they're only one. If they beat the Bills, they're tied for the division lead.
That's hilarious.
So they fired their coach, and they still have a chance to win the division and lead the division if they beat the Bills, which is incredible. So, but I think he was too sculpted to be a head coach. Like, he had the nice shaved head. He was really in shape. And I guess he wasn't a true dog guy. You know, he was too much of a player's coach. So if you're going to look like that, but not be a Dan Campbell where you're like yelling at everybody with intensity, then you're pretty much screwed, I think. Right?
Well, I don't know about all that, but I think that his style didn't match with what Rodgers needed, which is not somebody to be his buddy.
But you can't not be Rodgers' buddy because he'll stab you in the back.
I think he'll stab you in the back no matter what.
Yes, so you might as well just be who you are. Be who you really are. Mm-hmm. Shout out Starsky and Hutch. That's what's really cool. Remember Starsky and Hutch where they walk into the saloon and they're dressed up wearing fake mustaches?
Yep.
Oh, breaking news text. Shout out for Igor Shesterkin. Game 1, shutout 1. Wow. Great way to start the hockey season, if I do say so myself. Okay, number 2. The NFL's Chiefs get to 5-0. They win 26-13. Juju Smith-Schuster had 130 yards. Kareem had 100-plus yards rushing. Derek Carr got hurt. Rashid Shaheed still is the most electric player in the NFL. You can't tell me otherwise. And the play of the game was the defensive lineman intercepting the ball on the goal line and then running like 60 yards down the field. It was incredible. His name was Kalen Saunders.
Everybody loves the big man.
Dude, he picked it off one-handed. It bounced up in the air. He snatched it out of the air, went around the end from the end zone, and took off up the numbers and was breaking tackles. It was incredible.
Everybody loves a big man interception. Everybody loves it.
Oh, the thick pick is what they're calling it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the Chiefs' defense was spectacular. I mean, the Chiefs are basically trying to recreate 2016 or 17 or whatever the year that Kareem Hunt was there. I don't even remember. But Pat Mahomes made a nice run late. This is really Andy Reid scheming people open, because if Juju Smith-Schuster is going for 130, he has to be wide open, and he was multiple times. So you'll see dudes just running wide open. So it's everybody gives the credit to Mahomes, but it's like, dude, if you're scheming people that wide open, anybody can make that throw. So, anyways, and they missed another PI on the Chiefs late in the game because the game was over.
Surprise.
It was only, if the Saints were there and got that and scored, it would have been a one possession game, but it was already over and the refs wanted to go home, quote Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. So anyways, just another one of those things. Oh yeah. BMO says if Chase Young wasn't lollygagging on that the thick pick, the big man could have had it. Of course, Chase Young was lollygagging. That's what Chase Young does. Looks great in shorts, though. So, anyways, Chiefs are 5-0. They have a bye week, and then they play the 49ers, and then the 49ers are going to have to save the NFL. That's what I'm saying. Big time game next week. Can't look ahead, though. People are calling it a trap game. Okay. Anything else on the Chiefs?
No.
Number 3, the Minnesota Magic Man, Did you see this story?
No.
Minnesota's coach, PJ Fleck, brought his team together after the loss to Michigan and made them take an antidote of competence, which was basically a pill.
Mike's secret stuff?
Yes, a capsule filled with Sprite.
I love that, though.
He brought the team together, had these pills specially made with Sprite in them, and then everybody had to ingest them as an antidote of competence, and then they went out and beat USC. Is that not the greatest thing ever?
That is those Space Jams that it had to work.
Yes. Shout out to PJ Fleck, iconic wardrobe. And that's, I mean, talk about gel in a locker room, dude. We talk about getting the locker room gelled. That's how you do it.
That's right. Taking some secret stuff.
You get, instead of having everybody drink it, you just say,
Put it in a pill.
Take this pill that you have no idea. Trust me. Can you imagine if everybody would have started tripping balls and they just had
that would have been the electric locker room.
Yes.
Playing some Earth, Wind and Fire or some
Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead, yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine being in the locker room and your coach comes in and just hands you a pill and says, "We all need to take this together"? That's like a cult. Could he get in trouble for that? Oh. It seems like he might get in trouble.
Yeah.
Anyways, number 2, the AFC East is on watch. The New England Patriots have announced that they are going to be starting Drake Maye as their quarterback, which is a terrible idea because
I think they ought to wait till like week 12. Just let them ride out the last few weeks.
Spin zone. They are not out of the division race if Buffalo loses and they win this weekend. They would only be what? They'd be 1 or 2 games back. The season is not lost. If the Jets and the Bills are 3-3 and the Patriots are 2-4, they would then only be 1 game back, would they not?
That's what I want to have happen then.
Yes.
I need the Bills to lose.
We need the Bills to lose to the Jets.
Everybody needs to bet the Bills to win.
Bet the Bills. Jets beat the Bills. Patriots beat the Texans in New England. And now the Patriots are 1 game back. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, I like that.
So that's what I'm talking about. Okay, and then the last one. The college football, dude. College football just refuses to quit. A group of investors and ex-Disney executives have met with athletic directors at 30 power schools with a pitch, a $9 billion infusion as part of a 70-school football league. Looming over SEC and Big Ten meetings is Project Rudy. The claim is everybody will be saved.
Well, didn't they try this in soccer? Where
I don't know.
They were going to just try and take all the best teams or all the big teams from like what's the English, the Premier League?
Yeah.
That league, and then whatever the best 2 teams from the Spanish league, and then the Italian league, and they're going to call it the Super League. But it ended up falling through because nobody wanted it.
Were they Jackie Moon? This is Mega Bowl. We're playing for the Mega Bowl.
Yeah, but they were going to do that. I'm sure I'm getting some stuff wrong, but ultimately it fell through because it was like nobody wanted to see that. Nobody wanted to see that. Just these clubs that have the most money to play each other, just because it's nobody wanted that. Nobody wanted that.
No, absolutely not. Well, the thing is here's a quote that with the news of Project Rudy, the discussions between the SEC and Big Ten have become even more vital to college athletics moving forward. Basically, what they're saying is we, the Big Ten and the SEC, want to run everything. And I saw a provision from Herd brothers on Twitter, who are a Marshall Thundering Herd group, and there was a caption out there that said that they were going to minimize or eliminate the group of 5 from playing in these games. So if you have a 70 school, power whatever, and then you just take all the group of 5 schools and basically just dump them to the side. And the thing is that I did an entire presentation on our YouTube channel from a couple weeks back outlining why they want to get rid of the group of 5. And it was because now the group of 5 is winning 53% of these games against Power 5 schools, up from 14% 5 to 8 years ago.
Exactly. Nobody wants to see just Alabama and Oklahoma playing all the time. Like, it's awesome to see Vanderbilt coming up and winning a game every now and again. It's the most electric thing that you can see.
Yeah. But here it is. Okay, here you go. Project Rudy would make extensive changes. Here it is. That includes eliminating games between power conference programs and group of 5 and FCS opponents. It would also consolidate media rights between the power conferences instead of having different agreements. So there it is, right? Growth is expected to come from having 1.5 more marquee games per season. With that, Smash Capital says school by school distributions would skyrocket. So there you have it, folks, right there in the article. The whole point is to get rid of group of 5 and FCS schools. Joke. Absolute joke. They're tired of them parading around with their chest out. We're the Power 5. We have the SEC. We won all these national championships. And then you play it on the field and they go like 3-4 this year in marquee matchups. And Georgia State beats Vandy, who then beats Alabama, and it looks like crap on the SEC. And so they're like, you know what? Super League, Mega Bowl, Jackie Moon. We have the greatest league ever. Junk.
I agree. Garbage.
Agree. Go read the article, folks. I'm not making that up. Yankees win, Rangers win, Yankees win, Mets win. New York's having a day, dude.
What's the series between Philly and the Mets at now?
Mets are up 2-1. They beat the Phillies tonight. Yankees are up 2-1. Could you imagine Yankees Mets World Series? Oh my gosh, dude, injected into my veins. We need that. As a collective, as the United States, we need that.
Subway Series?
What?
The Subway Series?
Yes, the Subway World Series. So, Country Roads says they hate us because they ain't us. I don't know if this is Country Roads take Mahomes, my guy. But that might be. Oh, the Mets won the series. There you go. 3-1. It's over. Mets to the NLCS.
I was just looking it up.
Country Roads take Mahomes. I bet you that's who that is. And all I have to say to you is you sometimes you die as the hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, aka the Chiefs Nation, or whatever they call themselves, Chiefs Kingdom, is now the Patriots fan base. They've become what they hate. They've absolutely become what they hate. Okay. All right. Man, we have been. Bam. Oh, here's your stat, dude. I didn't even know where to put this. You said put it in. And I said, okay, here you go. Wait, hold on. Not yet. All right. Let's talk football. Let me everybody shh.
Football. Yay.
Football. All right. First, before we get into football, the dad joke. Why do rock quarries get jealous? Because people take them for granted. That's pretty good. Okay. Tex, here's first thing on football. I don't know what you wanted to do with this, but here you go.
I mean, usually, one of your big arguments last year as to why Brock Purdy was the best quarterback in the league and should have been MVP is because he had the most passing yards. And he is now way far behind Dak Prescott.
50
And
yards
is
to be
about to
exact.
face off against his arch rival, the guy who's leading the league in passing yards,
Wow.
Geno Smith.
You know who I don't see on here?
Sam
Who's
Darnold.
not on here?
Sam Darnold.
No. And also,
Josh Allen.
yes.
Because he's the running back that plays quarterback.
That's right. Tell him. And you know who else isn't on here?
He is the best running back in the league, though.
Where's Pat
Josh
Mahomes?
Allen is.
Where's Lamar Jackson?
Well, Pat Mahomes is 22nd based on your last.
Oh, that's right.
graphic.
He's not even close to the top 5.
No, he's way down there.
They don't ever really have to throw it, though, because their defense never gives up any points. So that's probably why he doesn't have a lot. Now, granted, he has like 1,288. So really the difference between 22nd and 5th is not really that much.
Yeah, could be one game.
But 22nd, sorry. We don't make the rules. Okay. Let's get to Thursday night. Here we go. Thursday night, my 49ers, right here. Right the ship. Right the ship. Now, these numbers, 3.5, Niners favored on the road, 3.5. Over under 47.5. I did see that went up, so it's gone up almost 1.5 over the last day or two. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
49ers are 2-3. Seattle's 3-3. Division's on the line right here. If the Niners win, when the Niners win, I can then parade around saying, no matter how bad it is, division leaders. Cowboys can't say that. Bills, maybe not after Monday. Vikings, yes, as of now. So I would then move into the driver's seat, respectfully. 49ers are wearing their 94 throwbacks. The Seahawks are wearing their throwbacks. A lot of injuries on the defensive line for both sides. 49ers, number 1 in time of possession. This is crazy, dude. The 49ers offense is 4th in passing yards, 7th in rushing yards, 10th in points for, and they're 2-3. Their defense in pass yards is 12th. Their rushing yards against is 9th. Their points against is 12th. Every stat that you want to look for as a team, they're like top. The worst one they have is points against, 12th. Everything else is top 10. Seattle is 2nd in pass yards offense-wise, 22nd in rush yards, 11th in points for. So you got the number 10 and 11 teams going at it here. On defense, pass yards, they give up the 7th most. The rush yards, they give up the 20th most. And points against, they're 17th at 22.8. So this is a fairly even match other than the running games. So that's going to be.
I'm a fan of the Seahawks throwbacks.
Oh, dude, this is going to be an all-time uniform matchup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they're the blue uniforms with the gray helmets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like the color of this Thursday night football thing. So, big division rivalry, dude. I cannot tell you how many times over the last 15 years that I have just absolutely hated watching them play in Seattle. I hate the Seahawks with a passion. No offense. But I cannot stand the Seahawks. I can't stand their stupid stadium. I can't stand that damn bird that flies around. I can't stand the stupid Brock cannon. I hate their guts. So and the worst was Pete Carroll. I could not stand watching Pete Carroll walk around chewing his gum doing this and going, woo! God, I'm glad he's gone. Can't stand that dude. Anywho, I hated it. And Richard Sherman, man. Oh, don't even get me started. The Legion of Boom, all that BS, all that bull jive, dude. All that bull jive.
Hey, they were a unit to be reckoned with, though.
Agreed. Yeah, the Legion of Boom was legit, dude. Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright, Michael Bennett, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas.
Yeah, Chancellor was not. He was a bad dude.
Dude, he was a bad dude. And then they had Sherman at corner. But here's BMO. He says Sam Howell led the league for most of the season in passing yards for the Commanders. Ooh. Oh, the Mayday Reds. There you go for the Patriots. Dirty Reg says I don't care for Geno Smith. You know what? I agree. I hate his guts. Just decided. Hate his guts, at least for the next 24 hours. Can't stand him. Anyways, Tex, we've got to the hot takes, okay? We look at these games, and then we come up with a hot take for the game. So if you would like to lead it off, you're more than welcome.
Has Brock Purdy won a game as a married man against the Seahawks?
I'm going to go with no.
The answer is no. The answer is no.
But he hasn't lost a game either.
He has not lost a game
So
either. Do you know what his record is against the Seahawks, though?
I think it's 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah. Don't test me, dude. I know my quarterback. That's my quarterback. I know my quarterback. So, yeah. Well, I think he hadn't lost a divisional. I think he was like 6 or 7-1 in the division until this year. So, but hey, we don't count wins unless it's Mahomes and Lamar. So, erase the wins. Actually, cancel the season.
I can tell you what division record is. Hang on.
I'm telling you, it was probably 6 or 7-1 until this year. So it's probably 6 or 7-3. Fact check me. Butch P says, will DK have it his way? And he's talking about DK Metcalf, who there's a picture circulating around where DK Metcalf was quoted as saying this is the least afraid of the Niners defense he's ever been, but supposedly that's fabricated, but who cares? So Butch P, there you go. And of course, J-Vi, who's out of town. Is this a season on the line game for the Niners? Could lose a division with a loss 0-3. And I would rebuttal with that with he changed his tune because he said it was a must-win game. And there's a difference between a season on the line and a must-win game and a can't-lose game, as far as I'm concerned. Or a show-me-something game. Those are all different. If this is a season on the line game, you're pretty much the season's over. It's done. A must-win game is more like you're battling for playoff position. A can't-lose game means you have to win, otherwise you're out of the playoffs or something. So where do you fall? Where do you fall on the continuum of those definitions?
22-8. Oh, wait a minute. It's career.
It's pretty good. 22-8 is pretty good as a starter. While you're doing that,
I was trying to find his division.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's probably 6-3 now, 7-3.
I'll find it later. What was your question?
Okay. Where do you stand on the season on the line game versus a must-win game and a can't-lose game? Where would you power rank those in necessity of importance?
I would say must win. Number 1. Can't lose. Number 2. And what was the third?
Season on the line. J-Vi is calling it a season on the line game.
That's number 3.
So you're saying this is of all the games it could be for the Niners, this is the lowest. This is code red, code green.
This is code yellow. Yeah.
Okay. That's
what
important.
I thought. It's important. Like code green. Code green is not going to matter. That's like 17. You're like 17-1, 16-0, heading into the last week of the season. Going to rest all your starters. That's doesn't matter.
Right.
That's at the bottom. That's at the bottom of the meter.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think a must win is like it's over if you don't win. Like if it's a must win, then you don't have another chance to win again. So
Jacksonville State just took it 80 yards.
Really?
53-6.
Oh wow. You nailed that one.
Covered. I knew
you nailed that one. Originally I was like, what is going on here? Why is he saying that? But anyways, here's what I want to see. I want to see the Niners run the ball, and I want to see a little bit of red zone offense at a better rate. They're better at getting to the red zone this year than they were last year, but last year they converted pretty much at the number 1 clip in the league. So I want to see the red zone offense convert, especially with a new kicker, and also I want to see the defense make a critical stop. That would be nice. So that's what I'm looking for. And my hot take is this is a revenge game / MVP game for Brock Purdy. And here's what I mean by that. The coach for the Seahawks was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens last year around Christmas, where everybody dubbed that the MVP game between Lamar and Purdy. So this is a revenge game on McDonald, former Ravens coordinator, defensive coordinator, to get his revenge back for that game because everybody pretty much sewed up the MVP race after that ridiculously. So this is MVP game / revenge game for Brock Purdy. So buckle up. Anything else on this game?
No.
Okay. All right.
And the reason why I bet
49ers
this game is because I wanted it to matter while I was watching it. But
what'd you bet?
I just bet that they would cover the spread.
Who, the 49ers?
No, Jacksonville.
Oh, Jackson. You're talking about that game. This
Yeah.
this was Butch sent to me. Will DK have it his way? And then I don't know where Butch is, but this is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Okay. All right, let's move on to week 6. Let's just take a quick look at this. Quick look, Tex. Quick look at week 6. Here you go.
I can read off all the stuff.
Look at this. Also, oh wait, no,
we're
that's
just gonna
not
look at
yet.
it. We're just gonna look at it.
We're just gonna look at it. We're not gonna talk about Bears and Jags in London, and we're not going to talk about Colts and Titans, and we most certainly aren't going to talk about Drake Maye getting his start against the Texans or Spencer. Whoa, here's a debate. Which rookie quarterback is better in their debut? Spencer Rattler, Drake Maye. Both home
Great
games.
Question.
If you had to say rookie of the year performance, Drake Maye, Spencer Rattler.
Neither of those are in contention for rookie of the year. That's what I would say about that. Unless something absolutely electric happens, but I do not see that happening.
Spencer Rattler, Drake Maye. Didn't even think about that until just now. Good thing we went over these games. But we're not going to go over Browns, Eagles. We're not going to talk about Commanders, Ravens. We're not going to do anything with Packers, Cardinals, or Steelers, Raiders.
Would you bench?
Oh, give it to me.
Deshaun Watson?
Oh, I'd bench him. I would 100% bench him, especially for Jameis. I'd put DTR back there, dude. Give me Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Put DTR, dude.
I would say what Jameis has to do with this team.
100%.
Anybody other than Deshaun, he's just out there. He's hating life right now. He hates football right now.
Oh,
he hates football.
You know what I saw?
Don't play him.
He said he was open to a trade. It's like, dude, where are they going to trade you to Alabama? Like,
I don't know.
Like Clemson wouldn't even take you back right now.
No.
BMO said he was looking for a sack prop bet in the Pats game, but he couldn't find anything yet. But Drake Maye might get. Yeah, you'd have to look at the Texans defense, I guess. Who's going to be without Nico Collins? So, and then
he's on IR already.
Yeah, for his hammy. That's unfortunate if you have him in fantasy football. Me,
yep. Super unfortunate.
Took him everywhere because he's elite, and if you didn't know that, you're an idiot.
Pick up Diggs.
Dude, there's some weird stuff going around about Stephon Diggs right now. Don't Google Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
We're not going to.
Nope.
What we won't do either is talk about Lions, Cowboys, Falcons, Panthers, Bengals, Giants as a Sunday night game, or the Jets and the Bills as a Monday night game. We're not going to get into those. Cowboys, Lions, dude. You come on. Give me a little something here.
Mm-hmm.
As a Cowboys fan, is this where the Cowboys cement themselves as an NFC contender?
Yeah, this is a contender game.
What if? But they're 0-2 at home.
Super Bowl contender game. Super Bowl contender game. Off the schneid game.
Preview NFC Championship game.
Yes, NFC Championship preview game.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about.
That would be incredible,
dude. This is.
I did pick the Cowboys to win 2+ playoff games this year. That's a prop bet.
They might not even win 2 home games.
We'll see.
I love it,
They can
though.
still make the playoffs.
I love it. Okay. Ooh, a home game for the Panthers, dude. You should go.
No. I think they play the Cowboys at home this year.
Oh, you should go. Remember the last time we went to a Cowboys
Yeah,
game?
that was great.
Dude, Quigley's, if you're listening, he gave us the tickets and we didn't go in until halftime. You remember that?
I do, but we had a great time when we got in there.
Oh, it was phenomenal. It was spectacular. We were
yep.
riding those little scooters around that they probably
Oh, yeah.
outlawed everywhere because people kept getting run over. Remember those?
I do remember those.
Yeah.
We should not have been riding those scooters either.
No. Nope. I was terrified going over the
Yep.
going over the bridge.
277. Yep.
Yes,
Crossing over
that was awful.
277, going 25 miles an hour on those scooters, going, we shouldn't be doing this right now.
Yeah, that was bad. Do they even still have those? Anybody know? If you're listening,
they do. They do. You see them
Okay.
around. I just don't think there is
I
wide.
like you need-
I don't know. It's been so long since I've been to anywhere near any of that kind of place.
True. Yeah.
That I don't even know anymore.
Me either.
But when I was
All right,
in
what's
downtown
next?
Raleigh 2 years ago, they did have one. They did have one.
Okay. So they're still out there. Good for us. Okay. BMO's texting me saying that flight prices are going through the roof. I don't know if he's using scare tactics or what. But
what's that got to do with anything?
For the Buffalo Bills, the annual Millie Goats boots on the ground Buffalo Bills extravaganza.
Oh.
Where we go up there and hang out with Smoney. And tailgate. And BMO plans for like 6 weeks on tailgating, and it's spectacular.
Is BMO gonna make it this year?
Oh yeah, he's got it down. He's got it down. All right, here we go. Week 6, GoatCon press conference, relevant weekly football questions. And here we go, Tex. I will lead it off. Will the Texans continue to be the NFL's true red, white, and blue team? Because if you remember, last week, they beat the Buffalo Bills, red, white, and blue. This week, they have a chance to beat the Patriots and go 2-0 against red, white, and blue teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they play the Giants or the Titans, but they might. So I'm just saying Texans can solidify their case as the NFL's true red, white, and blue team if they win this game. Thoughts?
I can't disagree.
So that's a pretty prestigious honor, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned. Let me check. I'm checking right now. I don't see that they play. Yes, they do play the Titans. They have to because they're in their division. So if they play the Giants, then we've got ourselves a red, white, and blue champion, which they don't. That's unfortunate. Anyways, go ahead with yours.
How bad are the Longhorns going to beat Oklahoma this weekend? I remember watching that game, feeling really good with about 3 minutes left to go in that game.
Oh my!
Only to have it all come crumbling down at the end.
Yep.
And sitting there watching my kids jump on the bounce house, trying to keep it together and not be upset about what just happened in that game. Because I remember watching it and being like, what did I just see happen in the last minute and a half of this game?
If the shambles meter were invented at that time,
I would have. You could have put me on there.
We would have replaced RG3's face with yours eating a croissant.
Exactly. I'd have been eating a big croissant, just the same size as that one. Drowning my miseries with a croissant.
My second one is this a pass the torch game for Lamar and Jaden Daniels? Because everybody likes to say Caleb Williams is the next Mahomes, and now the trendy topic is Jaden Daniels is the next Lamar. So is this a pass the torch game? And if you're a Commanders fan, you're 4-1 playing the 3-2 Ravens in Baltimore. You're probably feeling pretty good, and you're probably excited that you never even thought that this was possible, but here you are. And you could throw against the Ravens. So will this be MVP game, right? That's how they like to do it in the NFL. Jaden Daniels beats Lamar Jackson. He then usurps him in the rankings, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Can you win Rookie of the Year and be MVP?
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, your next one.
Do you think the Rangers are cursed now that they won the Super Sim Cup? The NHL 25 Super Sim Cup.
I would say.
Would you hang a
that
banner for that?
Wait till later in the show, buddy. Wait till later in the show. I'm going to get a shirt, actually. So wait till later in the show. No, I don't think they're cursed. And I think they're the best team in hockey right now because they have the biggest goal differential. And they're undefeated. So
they're undefeated.
Number 1 in the NHL. My J-Vi said, Will Levis regain the Meme King title, or will someone else steal the show again? Shout out Aaron Rodgers for giving us that just beautiful piece of imagery. Great question, J-Vi. The Titans play. Who do they play? Hold on. Oh, they play the Colts. That could be that has potential to be just a hilarious game with Joe Flacco playing and Will Levis. That could be a pretty funny game. And then J-Vi also asks, with $2.7 billion in settlement passing to pay players in the NCAA, should the NFL and NCAA pass a rule for relegation to go into effect so we can answer the question, can said college team beat said NFL team? He's proposing a relegation rule. That's a great question. Thoughts on that?
I mean, if they did the Super League, whatever they're going to call it, that might make sense.
Yep. We'll see if the Jags moved out of J-Vi's playoff rankings. Butch P says must win week 6. And his second question, are head coaches in denial of their starting QBs? We have no idea what that means. He sent it to the group, and then we assumed that he would be here to discuss, but we don't know where he's at. He probably fell asleep. And Dylon says, who has the bigger QB controversy right now, Indianapolis or Cleveland? Joe Flacco has over 500 yards passing, 2 games of 5 touchdowns, 0 picks, whereas Anthony Richardson has 6 picks in 3 games and hasn't broken over 50% completion percentage, which I tried to tell all of you before the season started that this guy was a bum, and he, in fact, is a bona fide bum. But he also said...
We've been saying that since he got drafted.
Yes. Not a believer. And I also don't believe in Caleb Williams. He played the Panthers. Whoop-de-doo. Good for him. And guess who he gets this time? The Jags, who suck. So he's playing 2 1-4 teams, Caleb Williams. And we're supposed to believe that he's some great quarterback when Joe Flacco just threw for like 7 million yards against the Jags. Come on. I'm not going to take 1-4 Panthers win and 1-4 Jags win if the Bears win is like Caleb Williams has asserted himself. No. I mean, that's not happening. Also, funny stat text. Patrick Mahomes is tied in interceptions with Will Levis and Anthony Richardson. Good stat right there, isn't it? Yeah. So those are the questions for week 6. What we'll be keeping an eye on. So we'll hope to get some answers from this. Next. Oh, wow. Forgot I put that in there. Look at that. Huh. It's interesting.
Okay.
On the screen, folks, for those of you who can't see, there's somehow a slide got in here. Oh,
Mitty put it in there.
BMO. Look at this. Houston beat the Giants in the preseason. So the Houston Texans have a chance to go undefeated in red, white, and blue games. They beat the Giants in preseason. They've beaten the Bills. They can beat the Patriots, and then they can beat the Titans. And lo and behold, the Houston Texans will be the true red, white, and blue team. Great find, BMO. Thank you, statistician.
Yes.
Great find. Back to this.
Vice President of Stats.
Yes, Vice President. Chief Operations Officer, COO of Stats. I can't believe this graphic made it in here. It says here that the 49ers started 3-5 in 2021 and went to the NFC Championship game. And then in 2022, they started 4-6 and went to the NFC Championship game. And in 2024, they're 2-3, question marks. We don't know what's going to happen.
And still not going to be Super Bowl champs.
So we don't know that.
Those are both facts though. Neither time did they win the Super Bowl.
That's true, but they did get the NFC Championship game. So you can't get to the Super Bowl unless you get there.
So, this is true.
Oh, that's the betting cards. Wow, can't believe that. All right, let's get on to the betting stuff, shall we? Everybody Okay. Whoops, forgot to take that down. Oh, man, hate that for you, text. Wow. Okay, this is the Goat Rack Bargain Bin NFL College Football DFS and Bets slideshow extravaganza, where we look through the stuff and pick out things that make us raise an eyebrow and then tell you that we're not giving you advice, but this is what we're going to put a couple of E units on. And we were 32-30 after one of the greatest weeks in history a few weeks ago. Here we go. J-Vi says Middle Tennessee versus Louisiana Tech under 49.5. I don't
know about that one.
It says for text, so what does that mean?
I don't know.
Well, he said it. Hold on. Whoa. He sent a big, long explanation. That's what I was going to do. We appreciate everybody in here. Almost 300 of you. Bear with me as I find this. J-Vi sent a long description. We owe it to him. He took the time to write this.
Fair enough.
We have to read it to him.
Fair enough.
I'm scrolling. There's way too many memes in our group chat. Here we go. MTSU Louisiana Tech bet is for Tex. I know he loves unders.
I do love an under.
That's all he said. He said Kenny Walker over 54.5 rushing because the Niners can't stop the run.
I'll take that one too. I like both of those.
Did he not?
I like both
parlay
of those.
Him then, dude.
I like both of them. I don't know if I could
parlay him. He said Purdy rushing yards not available yet, but if the over-under is below 10, I'm taking the over. It won't be below 10. No, Saturday.
It'll probably be something like 25 or something like that.
I bet you it'll be 23.5. He's rushed for like 40 yards a game the last few games. NIU +3 versus Bowling Green. NIU is the better team. That's all he said. Iowa State +3 versus West Virginia. West Virginia chokes in big games. And he said they're wearing the Coal Rush jerseys.
Yeah, it's a jersey game. Why would he do that?
Idiot.
It's a jersey game.
Iowa State's wearing something too?
Jersey game. Definitely.
That man
wouldn't have done that.
What an idiot. Absolute idiot. And these are Saturday bets. And then App State +10.5 because App is my team, and if they're plus odds, I'm betting on them. That's my rule.
Fair enough.
Move to Sunday.
I like those first two. I like that Thursday night bet.
The under?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Both of them. I like both of them.
He said Washington +6.5 because Jaden Daniels can escape pressure and Baltimore's luck has to run out soon. This is a bitter Bills fan, ladies and gentlemen. He will continue to bet against the Chiefs and against the Ravens for the remainder of the year because he's so bitter right now.
Yes.
And to Jags +2.5 versus Chicago, he says the Jags may have found out who they are. Coach lost the huddle, but the team still has the locker room. Sound reasoning. You came to the show to get these bets, and we're going to give you trends? Absolutely not. Will we give you stupid facts? 100%. You have to find the weird angles. If you want stats, go somewhere else.
I do like the Jaguars covering for sure.
Me too. It's a home game. You're not going to go into Jacksonville's home stadium over there and think the first time for the Bears and Caleb Williams traveling over there. You know that guy likes fashion. He's gonna be all up. He's gonna be all over the place. He's not gonna know what to do with himself.
That's true.
So here you go, Tex. Tex is up.
All right, Jacksonville State currently up 54-13. 5 minutes to go in the game. Looking like that one's going to hit.
Don't jinx it.
Texas 14.5. That one's going to be absolutely blown out of the water. Well, Jacksonville State has the ball and they're driving, so I think that we're going to be okay.
I will turn it on just to make sure nothing crazy happens.
Penguins money line, already lost that one.
Yes. So this might be a first ever that we're already 0-1 before these even take place.
Yes.
And you're an idiot for taking the Penguins.
It was pretty even lines. It was plus 135, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's before they saw the
I was thinking with all the stuff with Shesterkin going on, they wouldn't be in the game, but they came out and absolutely dumped it on us.
Yes. And also Shesterkin had a shutout. Don't forget that. So we're already 0-1.
All the old guys we have on our team, we're going to be fresh, ready to go, start the season hot, come out and score a goal and not be terrible on defense. And whenever you have Letang and Carlson on your blue line, sometimes together, it's always going to be a trouble because those guys are turnover machines.
Turns out they're just old.
It's old and not very good at hockey anymore.
Yep. It's a shame. Hate to see it happen. Dylon says for your DFS lineups, you're going to want to play Jamison Williams against the Cowboys at 5,800 because Cowboys suck at home.
He doesn't know ball.
Cowboys suck at home. And then he's going to take the former Cowboy for the Commanders at 3,900, but he did have an anecdote to that. I cannot remember it is. Also, shout out us saying that the Jets are going to hire Jeff Saturday. You heard it here first. Yes, Dylon submitted his and said that Noah Brown might not play or something. I have no idea what he was. Oh, also, and if Noah Brown plays against Baltimore at 3,900, the Noah Brown is an asterisk, though. So there you go. And he's taken Jalen Hurts over 1.5 passing touchdowns with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith coming back. And they play the Browns, who suck. So there you go. And here's mine. Kirk Cousins. Wait, who do they play? Kirk Cousins. They play the Panthers, who just gave up 7 gazillion yards to Caleb Williams, who couldn't throw a hot dog down a hallway. I don't know how that applies, but he couldn't throw the ball at all before he played the Panthers. So Kirk Cousins, who just threw for 500 yards and 700 touchdowns the other night against Falcons, 5,200 in your DraftKings lineup. Rashad Bateman.
I don't know if we're gonna get a repeat performance like that because I played him last. I played him last week. I'm just saying it might not be the same.
Bijan Robinson can't run the ball. I don't know what's going on, but they can't run the football.
Nope.
And the Panthers stink against the pass.
Yep.
And if Caleb Williams can throw for 302, Kirk Cousins can throw for 403.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Falcons won't make it in the playoffs if they can't run the ball.
Oh,
they'll make it to the playoffs, but they won't win games.
Agreed. I agree with that. And then you're going to want to play Rashad Bateman, who's playing 70% of snaps and is slowly moving up past Zay Flowers as the number 1 wide receiver at 4,100. And Washington's pass defense sucks, and it has all year. So, and this is going to be a shootout, and that's a really cheap wide receiver for DFS. So do it. Trust in Bateman. And then I'm going to give you the over in Tampa Bay, New Orleans, because it's Baker Mayfield. And we don't know what we're getting with Spencer Rattler, but I feel like they're going to put up a lot of points. That's just me. Denver +3 hosting the Chargers, who Justin Herbert can't move at all. And the Broncos are quietly 3-2 with a really good defense. So we'll see what happens. I trust the Broncos. And my college one is USC +5 at home against Penn State. This is exactly when Penn State is going to let you down because they are now a top 5 program. USC was just ranked before they lost to Minnesota in the secret antidote Minnesota Golden Gopher Sprite capsules. This is when Penn State will let you down. There always is one every year. Usually it's against a ranked team, but I'm telling you right now, they're going to lose to USC on the road. Book it.
Yeah, USC is going to be coming back for some, not really payback against Penn State, but a right the ship game. That's what this is. This is a right the ship game.
You
They're going
can't
to be out for blood.
You can't blame USC for losing to Minnesota after what PJ Fleck did. He gave his whole team.
It was, dude. Whenever you do that, like we said, when you give him the Mike Secret stuff treatment, it's basically game over.
Good luck. Good luck. I mean,
we've all seen Space Jams. We've all seen Space Jams.
We've seen Space Jams, and those players really had no idea what was in that capsule.
Nope.
And they did it all together. So it's hard to ask USC to compete with that.
That's how you jail a team. Take jail capsules.
Exactly. You jail from the inside out.
Mm-hmm. Can't jail without jail.
All
right. Let's see what happens here.
Butch P's card has pulled the covers over. He's got club hubs at 7,500. I don't know if that's golf. I have no idea what that is. But that's the DraftKings one.
Is there golf this weekend?
There's the season's still going.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm done with golf.
I miss golf because I was a lot better at that on DraftKings than I am football. And he's taking the Niners 3.5, the Bills. He did this last week, and all of our teams lost, so screw him for trying to do this. He's taking the Bills 2.5, Niners 2.5, and he's taking Pittsburgh -3 and sulk ass. I don't know what that means. And then he says Vikings pull the covers over, and I'm not sure if he knew that the Vikings were on a bye, but they are. So much for that.
Maybe they're taking a nap. That's what he means by that.
Yeah,
Vikings are pulling the covers over because they're taking a nap.
They're off. They're going on vacation.
Yes.
Okay.
The week is over for them.
Yes. All right. So 32 and 30 of all that humanity that we just displayed on the screen. And now it's time to hang the banners. So let me pull this down.
We are 0-1 on the week.
We are already 0-1. Undefeated season. Undefeated week is out the window. Thanks a lot.
Yes, it is.
You did it! Congratulations!
Okay, hang the banners. Here we go. Speaking of here we go, I have two. Here's my first one. Dak Prescott makes history. Let's hang the banner for Dak. He's the first player ever to throw an interception in the same game on 2 different days. He did it against Pittsburgh. The game started at 9:40 or whatever it was. And then he also threw an interception after midnight. So he had 2 interceptions during the same game on different days. That's banner worthy. He's in the history books. Put the call Canton, get him on the horn, put that ball in the Hall of Fame. Go ahead. You have a hang the banner?
My hang the banner goes to the New York Mets for winning the series against the Phillies and giving us what we all really want, a Subway Series World Series.
Agreed.
One step
totally
closer.
Agree. Totally agree.
That would get me hyped for baseball.
Yes.
Baseball's done for me because the Rangers were terrible this year.
Yes.
But I would love to watch a New York and New York.
That would be
series.
so.
With Pete Alonso out there.
That would get me
to
the. That would get me to the TV. 100%.
Yeah.
Javi had one hang the banner. He says, "Let me hang the banner. 5 straight weeks, a player of the week has come from the Bills game. The Bills are much watched TV. That doesn't mean the Bills had the player of the week. It means probably some of the opponents were player of the week. So there's J-Vi with his weekly, and then I'm going to hang another banner right here. Hang it, dude, right here. Hang the banner. EA Sports NHL 25 did a simulation, and the Stanley Cup winner are the New York Rangers, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations.
How many times has that been right?
First Stanley Cup since 1994. We will take this. I will get a T-shirt that says Stanley Cup Champions EA Sports NHL. And they beat the Oilers. They beat the Devils. They beat the Bruins in the Eastern Conference Final. And then they move on. They beat the Penguins in the first round. That's great. Then the Devils. Then the Bruins. And then ultimately Connor McDavid and the Oilers. Shout out New York Rangers. Stanley Cup champs. Take it to the bank. Right. I didn't make that graphic, dude. I'm reporting the news here. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's get to our we'll do our college football rankings. College football playoff rankings. Here is mine. Official tabulations are in. I have Texas at number 1, Oregon at number 2, BYU at number 3, who has the highest the highest strength of FPI. Miami is number 4, Penn State is 5, finally climbing the rankings. Indiana is 6-0 for the first time, I think, or second time in history. Army is number 7, Pitt is number 8, 9 is Iowa State, 10 is Navy, 11 is Ohio State. They jump in there, and then 12 is Liberty. And you're asking yourself, wow, why is this list so random, and where are all the SEC schools? Blah, blah, blah. Guess what? These are the only 12 teams left in the country that are undefeated, and that's why I put them in the rankings. That's it. There's 12 undefeated teams. And until the undefeateds are done, I will not put any other teams in there. So get out of here with your SEC nonsense. I don't give a crap. I don't care. They have played all their games, and they have won all their games. So in your faces. Thoughts?
I don't like that you have Liberty up there.
But I don't like it either, but they're undefeated.
Yeah.
I don't like Liberty, but I have to respect that they are undefeated. We can't put bias in these rankings.
Yeah.
So
this is true.
So they played their games, they won them. They're scumbags. And they're stupid for saying that App State ducked them whenever there was a catastrophic world event that occurred. So screw them, but they are undefeated. Mm-hmm. This is yours.
Yes.
Texas rankings.
So Texas at 1, Oklahoma at 2, Vandy at 3. They earned it. Earned it. Mm-hmm. Got to be ahead of Alabama if they beat them.
Yep, agreed.
Got to be ahead of Georgia if Alabama beat Georgia.
Uh-huh. Where's Georgia State?
They might be They might be the best team in Tennessee this year.
We'll see. I like that. That's a hot take.
We'll see.
I like that.
That QB is something else.
Love it.
Texas A&M, Kentucky, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Navy, and Army to round out.
What is all this SEC stuff?
Hey, why not?
That's dumb.
Texas is the best team in the best league.
You haven't even been there a full year, and you've changed.
Sometimes you just, got to say the truth.
You're ACC basketball fan guy. Just pulling for the ACC if my team's out. Shut up. You want every team in the SEC to lose.
Give me my Rob Lowe SEC hat.
You should get a hat that just says SEC on. That would be a great show up with that on there. BMO says less than 1 month. Going to be electric for the 12-team playoff ranking. Well, we're giving you what should be the rankings. J-Vi has Texas at number 1, Oregon number 2, Clemson at number 3 for some reason, Iowa State at 4, Boise State at 5. Love that. Miami's at 6. BYU at 7, Indiana 8, 9, Colorado, 10, Army, 11, Navy, 12, Pitt. I love this. He's got one SEC school in there. I like it. You see where Javi and I side. I like Colorado in there too. They got a game against Kansas State this week.
Yeah,
So
that's going to be a great game.
Oh,
Battle of the quarterbacks.
mm-hmm.
That dude from Kansas State with his flow.
Yeah, but he sucks. I watched him play. He's terrible.
I'm just saying he's got great hair. I'm not saying about his play. I'm saying he's got great hair. He's got great QB hair.
That's true. I will say this. We have great respect for Army and Navy because all of us have had them in our rankings.
Oh, yeah. There would be nothing. They could play. I was just looking at the rankings. They're both undefeated in conference, undefeated for the year, top of the Conference USA. They could play each other twice.
I love it. They both played Notre Dame, too.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome if Notre Dame lost to them both.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It absolutely would.
Give it to me. No, they still can't. I was going to say New Mexico State's about to score. I was going to see if they could cover. That would be hilarious, but they can't. And this is Butch P's. Texas, Oklahoma, Alabama. I love how we have Vandy at 3. Georgia, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Kentucky, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Mizzou, LSU. So Tex and Butch P. Clearly SEC homers as Butch P finds himself moving more and more towards Tennessee Orange because one of his friends is a Tennessee fan and he wants to be a part of it. So he's latching on to the Tennessee Volunteers fan group. You can see it a mile away.
Fan clout chasing.
He is. And here we go. Final thing. Here's your Week 7 college football. We will say this: App State at Louisiana Lafayette, Saturday, 7:30. This is
a great weekend to call. This past weekend was great. It wasn't great on paper, but it was great on the field.
That's right. That's why you let them play it on the field.
Another great weekend on the field. It's going to be great on paper and great on the field.
Yeah, big number 2 versus number 3 right out of the gate. 7:30 NBC. Settle in and get ready to watch an absolute slobber knocker. Right there.
Texas Oklahoma game is circled.
Ooh, yes. Texas, Penn State, USC, Cal and Pitt. That's going to be good. Florida and Tennessee. Who cares? Ole Miss at LSU. Vanderbilt. I love how weeks in the top matchups. Vanderbilt's now in there at Kentucky. Gotta love that. Respect it. Iowa State at West Virginia. Kansas State at Colorado. Let's go. Dude, that game's going to be fun, too. When is that? That's 10:15? Oh!
This full day of football.
These are spread out so nicely.
Yep.
Just beautiful. I don't know if there's any other noon games, but South Carolina, Alabama, I could care less about. But
I think you're going to have to watch that one just because you never know what could happen in that game.
True. But this is beautiful. What a showing here. All right, dude. I think that is it. That is, yeah. Number 2,
Katy Warriors play West Davidson Dragons.
Ooh, must win.
Must win. That's a must win.
Gotta have it.
Yep.
Yes. Number 2, number 3 out of the gate. BMO says on Saturday. Let's go. There we go. That's it for everything, I think, dude. If you like the show, there's a lot of you tuned in here, 300 of you. Thank you for tuning in and watching. If you like the show and you hopped in late, go check out the podcast. It comes out it'll be out tomorrow, so you can go catch up with all of our shenanigans. And we do our live shows Wednesdays and Sundays. We also do them on Thursdays and Saturdays. After the Thursday night game, I'll be on to talk about Niners and how they absolutely mollywopped them. And then follow us on all of our socials. We put out clips and other things and stupid tweets that get people mad at us, which is hilarious. Please keep getting mad at us. It makes us laugh. And if you could do us a favor.
Bring on the hate.
Bring the hate. We're fine. We can handle it. And then we will become friends afterwards because you'll see that we don't really care about being serious sportscasters. We just want to have fun and talk trash. We just want to yell at each other
Yep,
about
we
each
want
other's
sports to be what they used to be.
Exactly.
Something that brings us together to talk trash to each other in the locker room, in the gay rash.
Mm-hmm. Make it count.
Yep.
And if you like, hit the thumbs up.
And we're in the middle of the best month of sports right now. This is like it. Playoff baseball, hockey's on.
Oh, dude, it's beautiful.
College football's heating up.
My in-laws got here today, and we were in the living room, and I just turned on the TV, and I looked at my father-in-law, and I was like, "Look at this! We got hockey on this TV, we got baseball on one screen, and football on the other." I was like, "This is incredible!" And it's a Wednesday. It was a Wednesday.
If you understood what was happening, you said, "Do you understand what's happening right now?"
I mean, we're in the. I mean, this is the holy triumvirate right here.
Yep.
So, but yeah, recommend our show to a friend. Talk to us on the socials. Follow us on all of our socials right here. That'd be great. And if you could hit the thumbs up, that would be great too. And subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Those things help us more than anything. We don't really know how it all works, but we know that it does help. So we're just trying to make people laugh, man. That's all. Don't get mad. Just understand, if we say something bad about your team, we're probably making fun of it. Who cares? Okay. This is hold on, there we go. We'll see you tomorrow night right here.
We love football.
Rules by J-Vi and Dylon.
Yeah, it's our passion.
Dylon is tickling the top.
That's why we're cashing.
Go Niners tomorrow night.
Cowboys. Go Cowboys. Go Cowboys.